I didn't confront when I discovered the truth. I documented.
I found the receipt during laundry, and my hands trembled before my thoughts could catch up. She told me she worked late again, and I nodded, pretending trust still existed. I noticed her phone password changed, and messages vanished before my eyes reached them. She turned away during calls, and silence slowly replaced our familiar conversations. I told myself I was imagining things because truth felt too painful to accept. The receipt burned in my palm, showing drinks she claimed to hate. I sat on the floor, staring until numbers blurred into something terrifyingly clear. She started wearing makeup differently, spending hours preparing for invisible audiences. New clothes appeared, unfamiliar and expensive, never meant for evenings with me. Dinner conversations became scripts, rehearsed answers followed by long, hollow silences. I began documenting everything because chaos feels safer when measured. Late nights increased, conversations shortened, absences grew harder to explain. He told me I was overthinking, but numbers never lie without reason. I decided to follow her one day, calling work sick for the first time. I watched her work routine closely, memorizing habits I once ignored. After work, she changed clothes and became someone I didn't recognize. My chest tightened as I followed her through streets full of memories. She entered a bar I feared, and I waited, already knowing the truth. Inside, I saw her laughing freely, leaning into another presence. That laugh cut deeper than any accusation ever could. He noticed me standing there and asked why I looked lost. I said I was exactly where I needed to be. She saw me then, surprise flashing briefly before something colder replaced it. She told me she was suffocating, blaming routine instead of betrayal. I asked if lying and sneaking were her definition of freedom. He stood up, towering, telling me to leave quietly. I laughed, mentioning money and secrets he clearly didn't expect. The punch came fast, and the floor greeted me harder. As they dragged me out, she watched without stopping anything. I lay outside, tasting blood and realizing my marriage had ended. I laughed alone, knowing denial was no longer an option. I didn't go home because home no longer existed. I made calls, choosing strategy over sorrow. I followed financial trails instead of emotional ones. Patterns emerged quickly, sloppy, and arrogant. She came home while I packed, asking where I was going. I asked her to explain, and she couldn't. She said he made her feel alive, and I felt nothing. I moved out, carrying only what still belonged to me. Evidence piled up, neat and undeniable. Threats followed me, loud motorcycles replacing quiet fear. He warned me to stop, and I smiled instead. I waited patiently, because timing matters. One night, I acted, letting chaos fall behind me. Sirens came days later, perfectly on schedule. I watched from a distance as justice took shape. She begged me afterward, asking to start over. I offered her a choice, calm and final. Fear made her sign without reading. The house sold quickly, memories replaced by fresh paint. I moved near water, rebuilding walls and myself slowly. Time passed, and silence became peaceful. I saw her again months later, smaller and tired. She spoke of waiting, and I wished her luck honestly. I realized some people need chaos to feel alive. I preferred stability, earned through loss. Letters arrived, deals proposed, threats disguised as offers. I declined everything, choosing balance over profit. She testified later, exposing deeper truths. I listened, detached, understanding more than before. The past no longer controlled my present. I met someone new, unexpectedly and quietly. Conversations felt easy, unmeasured, real. For the first time, I wasn't counting minutes. Old fears tried returning, but had no place anymore. I testified calmly, facts speaking louder than anger. Justice unfolded slowly, but correctly. Apologies came, but didn't change outcomes. I accepted them without reopening wounds. Life rebuilt itself piece by piece. I stopped tracking pain and started noticing peace. Some nights I watched sunsets instead of spreadsheets. I understood loss had stripped me down to truth. I wasn't broken, just recalculated. Some equations end, so better ones can begin.